Printing United Expo is where the entire printing industry unites under one roof. Explore cutting-edge technology from over 800 exhibitors, see live product demonstrations, and discover solutions that can transform your business. With exclusive education sessions, expert insights, and endless networking opportunities, this is the must-attend event for anyone in print. No matter your role, Printing United Expo delivers the innovation, connections, and knowledge to help you stay ahead. Join us this October 22nd to 24th in Orlando. Learn more at printingunited.com and experience the future of print today.
This is the Impressions Exchange Podcast. Where all topics impacting the graphic imaging and printing industry are addressed via in-depth news coverage, analysis, and timely interviews.
Welcome to another episode of the Impressions Exchange Podcast. I'm Ashley Roberts, Content Director of Printing Impressions and host of today's episode. On this special Printing United Expo short, I chat with Josh Carruth, Senior Vice President Association at Printing United Alliance. We discuss benefits for all attendees of Printing United Expo, which is taking place October 22nd to the 24th in Orlando, Florida. We also talk specifically about Alliance member benefits at the Expo, special events planned, and why the Expo is just one of the important pieces in the Alliance puzzle. So Josh, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley. Glad to be here.
So glad to have you. So I want to talk about membership, but I want to talk about it specifically in relation to our Expo that's coming up in October. Lots of exciting stuff happening. So I want to get into that, but maybe just to kind of set the stage, could you talk about, from your perspective, what are some of the benefits that just in general for any attendees going to Expo that you would want to share?
Yeah, that's a great place to start because we do have that little shindig coming up shortly.
Just a little.
So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just just a little get together. But in fact, actually, that's one of the main reasons or benefits coming is that it is the industry's get together. It's a million square feet of floor space and tens of thousands of professionals under one roof. That seems kind of obvious, but if you have to break that down into why, what is the benefit of coming, is making those connections. Like, we're human beings. We have an innate desire to gather. I mean, the lessons learned virtually in the last 5 years have been accelerated, but I still think everybody loves to look somebody in the face, to understand, to touch and to feel. And that's exactly what the Alliance is trying to do by producing the Expo. It brings all of the latest technology and the equipment and the suppliers and the distributors and the resellers and the printers and the media and everybody in the brands, that are associated in this industry, which is print, together to discuss. And that's who needs to be at the table, right? That's when you're making decisions on how things are going to look or what's possible when it comes to color, all these things. You really need representatives from all sides of the equation in one place. And that's physically what we're doing at the Expo. So to me, that is the number one benefit of coming. And of course, while you're there, it gives us the opportunity to do other things, right? So if I'm coming to the show to look at, a piece of equipment or to make some new supplier connections, that's great. But you want to use your time wisely. So we've intentionally, built out these adjacent areas of the show, so to speak, where you can find important resources and gain knowledge, specifically the educational tracks, right? There's like over 75 educational tracks that you have access to or that are available, not to mention all the free education across the floor and the various zones and activations and things of that nature. So if I had to sum it all up, the answer to the question is because everybody is gathering is really why you would want to be there and not miss a beat. And you never know. If I had a nickel for every time I've been told, I had a conversation in line for coffee that totally changed the course of my business, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. No, that's such a great point. It's the human connection. And, actually getting to meet people on the show floor, people you maybe, wouldn't have made a connection with otherwise. So That's a really great point. And actually, for everyone listening, we're also going to have some Expo short podcasts with Denise about the education aspect, and we had one with Mark Subers about the AI Pavilion. So there's so much happening at the Expo. And I think you really drove it home with your point that, it's everything under one roof, and we're meeting the needs of everyone in the printing industry in one place. And I think that's a really, really great point. So maybe, obviously Printing United Alliance, we have our wonderful members. So what are some of the benefits for Alliance members who come to the Expo?
Yeah, so I mean, beyond the benefits of attending the show, there are benefits to being a member at the show. Just to step back a moment, from an Alliance organizational standpoint, we live and die by our membership. That's what gives us the ability to do things like the Expo and all the advocacy efforts that we put forth on the industry's front, and all the subject matter experts and the research, and all of that we couldn't do any of it without our members. So we want to make sure they're able to maximize their ROI in attending the show as well. So we came up with some ideas. There are a few perks that really just make the day easier. Look, we've all been to trade shows, and when you have your schedule, and you have your hit list, and you have things you want to get done, and then you get there, and it takes forever to check in, and the map is huge, and the floor is huge, and you get stopped by somebody. So we created kind of like the fast pass version for our members, so that they can get in easily. And they have places they can go to quite frankly retreat. So it starts with the moment they get at the door. We have a dedicated line for our members to check in the badge. I'm not sure if you saw Vegas last year, but in those mornings we had some people coming in the building. There's, again, thousands and thousands of people pouring in, especially in those early hours. If you hadn't gotten your badge yet, you just lost another 30 minutes, 45 minutes of your day. So that quick line lets them get their badge, get in, get the information they need, hit the ground running. And then throughout the day, everybody's always looking for a place just to sit down. Look, we all got jobs, and we all got that email address that's attached to us. So we have a dedicated member lounge within the Alliance booth space, which is, I'll talk about in a minute. But a part of that is actually a members only lounge where you can come in, you can sit down, answer some emails, charge up your electronics, grab a coffee, a soda, a snack, something just to get off your feet and kind of retreat from the show floor for a minute. Without having to go into an exhibitor booth. And people get pulled a lot of different directions, and sometimes they're just like, hey, I just need a quiet place to sit down. This is what that is. So that's a major one, or a popular one that's been in the past. I think the most tangible ROI is that all of our members get free access to the Expo, but they also get free access to that education. So definitely listen to that session with Denise, because any member coming to the show can go and come to any of those sessions as they feel fit, or any member of their team. If they're a corporate member, your entire staff is covered. So as long as they're on your roster, you've got unfettered access. And then there's some other fun things, like we're going to do a POD activation in the booth, where we're going to be printing some show shirts and some Alliance merch. Members will get a discount on that on site. That's something we get asked about all the time. So we're going to attempt it this year, see how it goes. Cool. But I'm excited. We got some great partners in there. And it really just adds to the overall experience of the booth, which, member or not, all attendees, if you're any media, they're welcome to come, because our booth is kind of taking on a new form this year as well, where it's more like a compound. You mentioned printing AI with Mark. That area is actually attached to the Alliance booth, and the member lounge is attached to the Alliance booth. And we actually have a filming studio for all of you guys up there to have this great area. So it's really just like a center of activity. And the way we built out our booth is a physical representation of all the benefits we offer. So there'll be iLearning demos and people to talk about G7 and certifications. All of our subject matter experts will be there. So, if you want to get an idea, or if you're a member, you can set time with our, but it's human resources, compliance, OSHA, sustainability, if it's color management, all of our experts will be on staff to help answer questions. All of our affinity partners will be in the booth as well. So you're able to see what kind of exclusive discounts our members get for their products. And we tried to make our affinity partner program make sense. It's not the coupon book, where you get $10 off a MacBook. Everybody has those. These were things that printers actually need. So from Oracle to environmental health and safety scoring, and onboarding personality test, everything that an employer could want in this industry. That's how we're starting to build that program back. So it's being able to meet with them, and investigate insurance, that riveting topic. Well, you can actually do that on site in person. Our member team will be there as well to help facilitate and answer any questions. So again, it's just each area of the booth is meant to showcase the resources and the value we're trying to provide the industry. So definitely encourage everybody to stop by there if you're a member or not. And, at the very least, just stop by the advocacy kiosk, see what we're out there trying to do for the industry if you're not sure what the Alliance does.
Right. Right. And that's actually another episode we're doing with Steph Buca,
Perfect.
for in relation to the expo. So, obviously there's some great gathering areas where people can gather, network kind of just naturally, organically. Are there any set networking events that are taking place?
Absolutely. So we have a few activities and activations going on in our booth. Um, I mentioned the print on demand one. That's not so much networking as it is educational, but it's taking place in our booth, and it's meant to explain to any and all printers that just because you're not physically making the product doesn't mean you can't be selling it and pulling the margin in. So an example would be I'm a commercial printer and I get asked about promo items all the time. If you're not selling it, you're missing out. So we're actually going to have printers staffing this area with our supplier partners so that you can talk to a peer. And some of them are converts. Hey, I was a full contract printer, never wanted to do this, and now I wouldn't look back if you paid me, because it just helps you be a better provider to your customers and extend your product range. So awesome activation. I definitely think it'd be worth checking out. Phenomenal partners who've helped make it come to life. And then we'll also be hosting our member happy hour. On day one, from 4 to 5, we'll have any Alliance member is welcome to come and network with other members inside of our booth. We'll have it roped off, and we'll have some drinks for those that can partake there as well. And then we're hosting another event inside as we continue to kind of support and build out around our distributor community. Last year, this worked out well. We're going to do it again this year, in addition to some offsite things. Some of the folks in the community are doing that we're helping to support, is a distributor coffee talk in the morning of day 2, where anybody who's in the reseller or interested in being in the reseller market, whether you're a printer or could become a trade manufacturer or want to print for the trade, or you're a distributor, or you're a printer looking for distributors as an extension of your sales force. It's really a 3-way street that meets. So it's always great to get that community together after merging with Brand Chain last year. They represent billions of dollars in revenue sold into this industry. And it's a great community. So obviously trying to, bring them into the Alliance, and then hopefully moving forward to next year, they'll have their own sourcing section where this kind of stuff can take place. But that'll be another great opportunity to kind of meet in the booth. There's even outside of the booth, there are, other activities that we're planning, such as Spill the Ink, which is meant to be a roundtable discussion with peers on hot topics of the day.
Great. Thank you for that. This is my final question. Why does the Alliance have the expo?
It's just one piece of the puzzle on what the Alliance is doing to support the overall industry. Our true mission is, really the work on Capitol Hill. That's what lies at the heart of our mission statement, is to provide a healthy and prosperous ecosystem for this industry we call print.
And then, for anyone listening who, is not registered yet for Printing United Expo, or those who are listening who are not yet members of the Alliance, where should they go?
Yes. So whether you're a member or not, or you're looking for information on the Expo, you can start your journey at printing.org. There you can learn more about becoming a member and supporting the Alliance and what we're doing. And you can also visit our events tab and see the Expo, and it'll take you right to the Expo's homepage where you can register to attend, book your hotels. They're filling up fast. And hopefully we'll see you all in October.
Perfect. And I will include all of those links also in the description for easy access. Josh, thank you so much for joining me today and talking about membership and the Expo. Very excited for October.
Always, Ashley. Happy to be here.
I want to thank Josh for joining me on today's episode, and I want to thank all of you, our listeners. To register for Printing United Expo, head over to printingunited.com. And for more information on the Alliance, check out printing.org. I will include both of those links in the episode description. See you all in Orlando.